So in today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the 4 worst teams in the NBA all at once. That's the Charlotte Hornets, the Detroit Pistons, the Houston Rockets, and the San Antonio Spurs. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? If you are a fan of one of these awful teams, don't worry, I'm going to help your team out today. My goal by the end of this, probably at the end of 3 seasons, is to have the Hornets and Pistons in the conference finals going up against each other, and the Spurs and the Rockets, same thing in the West. Each team definitely has their pros and their cons. The Hornets have the best player out of the 4 to build around in LaMelo Ball, but not a lot outside of him. The Spurs have an excess of draft picks from the Blazers, Bulls, Hawks. The Rockets have a decent amount of young talent in Alperen Sengun, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., and a plethora of draft picks from the Brooklyn Nets. They just suck in real life. And the Pistons have somebody to build around as well in Cade Cunningham. Love what I've seen out of Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren in their rookie seasons. So yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. We're already past the trade deadline, so let's simulate to the end of the season. I'm hoping one of these teams wins the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes, as well as the Scoot Henderson sweepstakes as well. But we'll see that when the draft lottery comes. Alperen Sengun, one most improved. All right, shout out to the Rockets side of this. Pistons have 2 rookies on all rookie first team, and the Rockets have 2 rookies on all rookie second team in Tari Eason and Jabari Smith Jr. So yeah, none of these teams are in the play-in tournament or the playoffs. So let's just get into the offseason, pretty much what every member of these fan bases are looking forward to. Oh my God, Nuggets Sixers though in the finals, Embiid versus Jokic. Twitter would just be a shit show. Especially if Embiid and the Sixers won after like Jokic wins MVP. That would just be wild. Greg Popovich retires. We're going to prove it where players can enter the draft once they reach 18 years of age. Also, the salary cap is going to go up by $10 million. So let's get here to the most important part of this video, the 2023 draft lottery. So the Rockets are projected with number 1, Spurs at 2, Charlotte at 3. That'll be protected, don't worry, throughout this video. And same with the Pistons pick at 4. That'll be protected as well. So let's just simulate this and see who gets in the top 4. Number 1 is not even, oh my God, the top 3 isn't any one of these teams. We just got, oh my God, destroyed in that. That is crazy. Rockets are at 5, Spurs at 6, Hornets at 7, and the Pistons at 8. That is brutal. Dwayne Casey will be the Pistons coach next year. It won't be Steven Silas for Houston. I'm going to go out and get Taylor Jenkins to be the next guy here. Since Popovich retired, we need a new head coach in San Antonio. That's going to be Will Hardy. And for the Hornets, I'm going to keep Clifford for 1 more year. So we get Jenkins in Houston. We do get Hardy in San Antonio. We're going to try to do an interdivision swap here. Terry Rozier for John Collins, and they agree to that in a one-on-one trade. Obviously, I can't trade between other teams that I'm currently controlling. So right now for the Hornets, starting point guard is LaMelo Ball, starting center is Mark Williams, and power forward is John Collins, and that's all we know of right now. We're also going to move Gordon Hayward to the Mavericks. We got to take on Bertans' contract. It's basically an expiring, but we get their 2024 top 10 protected first. I'm going to trade pick 34 and Bojan Bogdanovic to the Bulls for their 2024 unprotected first, and that Portland pick that they have in the Larry Markkinen 3-teamer from a couple of off seasons ago. So we get 2 firsts for Bojan. We're not going to be making any trades on draft night with the Rockets. And we're going to be trading Kem Birch and Doug McDermott to the Cavs from the Spurs for pick 45 in this draft and their unprotected pick in 2024. So the Magic take Wembanyama at number 1. Good to know. I might try to trade for Wendell Carter Jr. to one of these teams. I thought about it with Charlotte for Rozier, but I want to give Mark Williams the starting center spot next year. Scoot Henderson goes to the Warriors. Yeah, they ended up getting lucky in the lottery, so he's going to be, I guess, Steph Curry's heir. And then at pick 3, the Pacers are going to take Jarace Walker out of Indiana. Cam Whitmore goes to Utah at pick 4. So now we're on the clock with Houston, and Brandon Miller is still there. That is insane. I gotta go best player available, and that is Brandon Miller out of Alabama going to Houston. Spurs at number 6, I'm taking Amen Thompson. Got him in that Spurs rebuild from a couple days ago as well. Hornets at 7, I'm gonna go Jet Howard out of Michigan, get a nice scoring wing. And lastly, at pick 8, I'm going Keontae George out of Baylor to Detroit. Rockets are up again here in the first round. I'm gonna get Jalen Hood-Schifino out of Indiana. He's one of my favorite prospects in this draft. Rockets have another first round pick here at 27. I'm getting Jordan Hawkins out of UConn. Early in the second here for the San Antonio Spurs, I'm going to get Chris Murray out of Iowa. And that's pretty much it for the 2023 NBA draft. So we got Amen Thompson, Chris Murray, Tracy Jackson Davis, and Vincent Iwundu to the Spurs. Charlotte, we got Jeff Howard, not the running back. We got Khalil Ware, though, in the second round. That was nice. And Malcolm Kazalone is going to be overseas for a little bit. Omar Payne later. We got Keontae George, the only Pistons pick. And then with the Rockets, we got Miller, Hood Schifino, and Jordan Hawkins. Team player option, Şengün's coming back, Jalen Green, Kenyon Martin, Josh Christopher, Garuba. Zach Collins, I'm going to bring back for San Antonio, as well as Devin Vassell. LaMelo's coming back. Book Knight's coming back. Probably going to look to trade him. McGowns, Kai Jones, even Theo Maladon is going to come back. Or I should say Teo. We are going to bring back everybody here in Detroit because I could look to move Alec Burks as well. I'm going to give PJ Washington and Nick Richards the qualifying offers, as well as Romeo Langford and Trey Jones. I lied. I'm not giving it to Langford. For the Rockets, I'm going to do it. I'm going to offer James Harden a max deal to be possibly their next point guard. I'm going to try to see if I can get Kristaps in Detroit to possibly be our power forward next year, because I don't know if Isaiah Stewart is the answer long term. And let's see. For Detroit, we end up getting Kristaps. Let's go. We are going to sign him. And for Houston, we do not get James Harden, unfortunately. Harden goes back to Philly. I'm going to try to get PJ Washington back in Charlotte after moratorium. And then that's basically like the only bird rights guy that I really want to get done right now. So yeah, about 3 years, $12 million to go up each year. We're going to sign him there. I don't want to re-announce the rights on Kelly Oubre either. So that was a big pickup for the Pistons. I think we could be pretty good next year. I'm going to move Kristaps back to a power forward. He's going to be the starting 4. We could look to move Bagley because I don't mind the Duran Wiseman front court, or at least center duo. We have Stewart, Porzingis there. Small forward, we kind of have to figure out. Maybe that's going to be Burks or George at one point. Could have been Sadiq Bey, right? So I'm actually going to make this trade with Indiana. I'm going to make Chris Duarte my starting small forward next year for RJ Hampton. We're also giving them Alec Burks. We got to take on Daniel Tice in return. I wonder if I could steal like your lottery protected first round pick in this deal as well. No, it's too high of star value. We do have this Portland pick we could do a swap of from the Bojan trade, but I'm not going to do that. So I think I'm just going to do this trade and see what Duarte could do. You want to swap seconds now, that's fine. We're going to trade Jae'Sean Tate, Josh Christopher in a second for Otto Porter and Precious Achiuwa, who's going to be our backup center behind Şengün next year. I want to see if we can maybe do like a Book Knight and Kai Jones for Johnny Davis deal, because we know they don't really love him too much. He's somehow still 2.5 star value. Let's see what they say. They don't even counter on that. Okay, whatever. Do you like Denny? Or not even Denny. Would you give me Corey Kispert? He's 2 stars. They'd also have to give me like Anthony Gill in this deal as well. They say no. What about if I give you 2 seconds? I would even throw like another player. Nope. We got Corey Kispert on the team. Nice. So for the Rockets, like, we're good at point guard. We're good at shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. For the Spurs, I feel like we could maybe look to add. I mean, like, we're fine at point guard, shooting guard, small forward, you know, power forward and center. We can see what they could do next year. Hornets, I guess we could like to add another wing, but I don't really think so. I kind of like what we have on every team right now. I don't think every team's going to be good next year. Like, I could see Detroit and Houston winning a lot of games, and Charlotte and San Antonio still being bad for another year. All right, so LaMelo's up to a 91. We got Collins up to an 84. What about a Bryce McGowan's development? You love to see that. For Detroit, a lot here. Cade's up to an 89. Ivy, Duran, Stewart, Bagley, Duarte, Wiseman, Hayes all went up. Hell yeah. For the Rockets, a lot of progression as well. And for the Spurs, not too bad either. All right, so we have all the rotations figured out. We got KPJ, Jalen Green, Brandon Miller, Jabari Smith, and Şengün in the starting 5, with Tari Eason, Kenyon Martin Jr., Precious, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and Usman Garuba, as well as Jordan Hawkins in that Rockets rotation. It's 11 players deep. For the Spurs, we got Amen, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, and Zach Collins in that starting 5, with Malachi Branham, Trey Jones, Charles Bassey, Chris Murray, and Blake Wesley off the bench. Hornets, we got LaMelo, Kispert, Jet Howard, John Collins, Mark Williams, with PJ Washington, Nick Richards, Cody Martin, and Teo Maladon off the bench. Probably the worst roster out of the 4. And then for Detroit, I think the best. You got Cade, Ivy, Duarte, Kristaps, and Duran in the starting 5. Then you have Bagley, Stewart, Keontae George, and Wiseman off the bench. We're 3 stars for the Pistons proficiency. We're 3.5 for Houston. We're 3 for San Antonio. And we're 3 for Charlotte. So I'll see you guys at the deadline, and let's see which terrible team in real life is making their way along this rebuild the quickest. All right, so it's the All-Star Draft, and we only had 1 player out of these 4 teams that made it, and that was LaMelo Ball, who is a starter for Team Giannis. Dude's a stud. So that puts us right here at the trade deadline. The Charlotte Hornets are doing better than what I thought at the deadline. They are 27-28. Just beat the Washington Wizards right here. John Collins is having an all right year for me. Charlotte, kind of wish it was a better year. Corey Kispert has been a beast starting shooting guard. What a pickup for us there. Mark Williams has had a nice year too. Jet Howard as a rookie has been exceeding expectations. PJ Washington's been a nice 6th man. We take a look at Detroit. Cade Cunningham's leading the way. Then KP, Jaden Ivey, Duran, George, and Duarte. Yeah, George isn't being that efficient. For Houston, Jalen Green has been the #1 guy. No surprise there. Brandon Miller has been pretty efficient for a rookie. And then there's San Antonio with Vassell Johnson and Malachi Branham leading the way. Jeremy Shohan hasn't been too terrible. So the Spurs are 8 games under 500. The Rockets are 21 games above 500. And Detroit is 6 games above 500. So for Detroit, I'm not going to be making any trades. Maybe we move Isaiah Stewart. You know what? I'm not going to. I want to see what this team can finish out as. We'll have bird rights on him. Houston, I don't think I need to make any moves either. For Charlotte, I might try to capitalize on Trey Jones's value. Amen Thompson as a rookie has been okay. And I'm going to trade him to the Cavs and get a first round pick and Doug McDermott back. Yeah, so we're making this trade with them. As for Charlotte, do I want to move possibly Nick Richards? He's a good player. But you know what? I don't think I'm going to make any moves there either. So I think the Pistons and the Rockets will be the 2 teams that make the playoffs. Let's just also look at the contract extension deadline. Nobody really important to get done with Detroit. Same with Houston. Same with San Antonio. And yeah, same with Charlotte. Holy LaMelo Ball won MVP. What? I mean, like, insane numbers. I did not expect that in year 2. Wemby's your rookie of the year. That is wild. So obviously he's on All-NBA first team. We had Brandon Miller and Jet Howard on All-Rookie first team. And Keontae George and Amen Thompson on All-Rookie second team. So the Rockets finished as the 1 seed. The Hornets were a play-in tournament team with the MVP. An 8 seed, what? The Pistons finished as the 5 seed. So let's see. Can Charlotte beat Miami and get out of the play-in tournament? Yes, they can. They end up winning by... God, 45 points, 35, I can't do math. LaMelo had 26, 9, and 17. Collins had a nice game, same with Nick Richards. Kispert, 6 for 12, okay. So yeah, you have Charlotte going up against Cleveland, Detroit going up against Philly, and Houston going up against LA. So 3 out of the 4 teams made it. San Antonio did not make it. I will not make the same mistakes that happened to me in the Spurs rebuild. It's weird because, like, Rockets got Green. The Hornets got LaMelo. Pistons got Cade. We need that guy for San Antonio. Vassell and Keldon Johnson had good season, but not even being like the 10th seed, definitely far behind everybody else. They went 33 and 49. I guess it could be worse. So can we get like go 3-0 in round 1 with our teams? That would be kind of sick. The Cavs sweep the Hornets. The Pistons lose in 6, and the Rockets end up winning in 6. So they're still alive to make the conference finals in year 2. Imagine they win it all. Okay, well, they're in the conference finals with this team. I mean, I'll take it, man. Jabari Smith having a nice playoffs. Alperen Şengün doing his thing. What is Jalen Green averaging? 26. Brandon Miller's been a beast. Kevin Porter Jr. has been solid enough. Are they going to go to the NBA Finals? Can they beat Golden State? Yes, they can. They're in the NBA Finals. All right, do I end the video here if Houston wins it all? Do they beat Cleveland? No. Cleveland eliminates 2 of our teams in this playoffs, the Hornets in round 1, and then in the last round, the Houston Rockets. But all right, the Rockets are definitely, I guess, further ahead of everybody else since they already are in the NBA Finals in just year 2. LeBron retires. So we could get the number 1 pick as well as being in the finals from the Nets in the James Harden deal. Pistons will also possibly have a top 10 pick from Chicago. Spurs another lottery pick from Toronto and their pick at 7. So yeah, the Hornets pick we're not going to be able to keep and the Pistons pick since they were lottery protected. So let's see what happens as we don't get too lucky as the Rockets for the 2nd year in a row go from 1 to 5. The Spurs have the 14th pick via Toronto and they drop to 10 there. They also have the 30th pick via Cleveland and 17 via Charlotte. That's funny. So we steal another team's pick. Pistons have Portland's pick at 22. Pistons also get the Bulls pick at 11. I feel like I can go off with upgrading every team's this offseason. So for Detroit, I don't need to make too many moves. I think like I would think about moving Marvin Bagley, as well as pick 22 and 31 to get Bobby Portis. That's an upgrade there as the backup 5. Stays in division as well. How'd Gianluca Schifino do as a rookie? Not bad. I like him as a backup next year. And I'm not going to make any other trades. I'm going to do a lot of my draft picks here. Xavier Booker is the number 1 pick to the Pelicans. I'm guessing Buzelis, yeah, is going to be the 2nd pick here to Indiana. So the Rockets here at 5, I feel like I got to go Aaron Bradshaw, who's just a beast backup center. Whoa, the 14th pick was traded for Walker Kessler? I'm confused. I guess that was before any trades were made because I'm picking here at number 10. And for San Antonio, I'm going with DJ Wagner, who will probably start over Amen Thompson next season. Pistons are up next. I'm going to go with KJ Evans out of Oregon. I'm not sure if that's Kwame Evans. We have another Spurs pick here. I'm like itching to take Bronny. Maybe. And then we move Amen Thompson possibly. Another Spurs first. I'm definitely going to be making a trade with them. We're going to take Wesley Yates here. Spurs again. We're going to take Mookie Cook. And the draft has concluded. So for the Spurs, we got a lot of new picks here. We also got Udoka Onyenware, we're going to sign everybody, but some guys might get traded. Hornets, Malcolm Kessler, the Eurostash guys coming over. We got KJ Evans, and we got Benny Williams for Detroit. And then for Houston, we have Aaron Bradshaw, we have John Vidd, Donovan Johnson, and Summer Disky, yep, Eurostash guy. Team player options, picking everybody up on Houston, San Antonio, Hornets, definitely not Bertans, and for Detroit, definitely not Tice. Qualifying offer is going to give it to everybody here on Detroit. Same with Houston, same with San Antonio, and same with Charlotte. So for Charlotte, we're going to have to pay LaMelo Ball a lot of money. Don't need to go after anybody here. Do we have enough? We'd have about $15 million, a little bit more once LaMelo Ball comes back. So I'm probably not going to do anything initially. So let's wait here. Let's read out starts of Svi Mikhailiuk, Doug McDermott, Denzel Valentine, Gil Bertans, and then as well as not Wiseman. I mean, Wiseman would just probably be in a sign and trade, if anything. LaMelo Ball is going to get a deal from the Lakers. That is not happening. We are going to 100% match that. 3 years, 126. So, moratorium is done. Halliburton just went unrestricted. Okay, whoa. That's crazy. Spurs, I have all these young point guards, so I don't really need one. I mean, I could get there with Houston. Oh my God, that would make them insane. Would he sign with us? That would be crazy. Oh my God, we might get Halliburton to Houston. I'm also going to try to get Tyrese Maxey here to San Antonio, as well as Onyeka Okongwu. So we get Halliburton to Houston. They might win 70 games next year. And we get Tyrese Maxey to San Antonio. Let's also make sure we bring back Devin Vassell. So I'm not actually, I think, going to be able to sign Onyeka Okongwu, but I think I might do a Vassell sign and trade for a center. So yeah, we get Vassell back. I want to see if I could do like a Vassell trade for Bam Adebayo. I would also include Amen Thompson, which I feel like should get me over the edge there. Maybe I can get like your 2027 first round pick. I feel like they'd say yes to this. No. Vassell and Amen Thompson for Bam's a good offer. They still say no on that. Okay. I mean, I have players that I could give you. Like, I'd also throw you Blake Wesley as well. They say no. I might even give you Mookie Cook. Would you do this? Okay. Yeah, we just got Bam Adebayo to San Antonio. I'm going to trade Cody Martin and JT Thor for Marjon Beauchamp in a first with the Bucks. We get to clear below the cap with that trade. I would love... Oh, Desmond Bane. I can't really afford him. Okay, so I might look to get Anunoby here in Charlotte. You're not going to get that much. Wait, what? I actually do have a little bit of money here in Detroit, but I guess it would just be a small forward. I don't really want DeRozan, honestly. Okoro, Cam Johnson, I think would be a nice pickup. Yeah, let's try to get him here in Detroit. And yeah, we got him here, which is nice. I'm trying to get Anunoby to Charlotte. It doesn't give me, like, allow me to give him any more money, which is kind of annoying. If I give you a 2-year deal, okay, well, it's just going to be a 1-year deal and Anunoby to Charlotte. And he declines that. Wow, okay, well, I got to spend this money somehow. So let's go out and get... I mean, Herb Jones as a defender would be nice. Sadiq Bey, Markelle Fultz, Clay. I'm not going to be able to afford Bane. So let's go out. Let's pick up Gary Trent Jr. I'll give him a 1-year deal to come to the Hornets, and we get him. So we're going to get a ton of guys back on the qualifying offers. We see some really good progression in Charlotte. We have the reigning MVP. Detroit, this team is really well balanced. I mean, this Houston team might win 70 games. And San Antonio is looking pretty sick next year, too. The Spurs rotation is going to be DJ Wagner, Maxey, Keldon Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, Bam Adebayo, with Malachi Branham, Charles Bassey, Wesley Yates, and Bronny off the bench. In Charlotte, we got LaMelo starting, followed by Gary Trent Jr., Jet Howard, John Collins, and Mark Williams, with Nick Richards, PJ Washington, Corey Kispert, and Marjon Beauchamp off the bench. In Detroit, this team is stacked. Cade, Ivy, Cam Johnson, Porzingis, Duren, with Bobby Portis, Isaiah Stewart, Keontae George, and Dorte off the bench. And yeah, even more stacked of a team. We got Houston Hardy, went to the finals. They added Halliburton. We also have Jalen Green, Brandon Miller, Jabari Smith, and Şengün, with KPJ, Achua, Kenny Martin Jr., and Tari Eason off the bench. So that is not what it's going to look like. I apologize. I mean, this team is literally stacked. I don't even know if I'm going to play Precious. I kind of want to see what Aaron Bradshaw could do. I just took him so high in the draft. So let's give him like 24 minutes a night, and I want to give the remaining 12 to Jalen Hood-Schifino. So I think the Rockets are going to win 70 games. I think Detroit could be the 1 seed in the East. I think Charlotte could be a top 4 seed. I'm hoping San Antonio is good as well. All right, so for the All-Stars this season, we have LaMelo Ball starting for Team Darius Garland. We have Cade Cunningham as a reserve on that team. And then we have Bam Adebayo as a reserve on Team Ja. He's killing it for the Spurs this season. So basically here at the deadline, the Pistons are 37-15. Rockets are 45-9. Spurs are 33-20, and the Hornets are 35-19. So I think with the Spurs, maybe we try to upgrade them a little bit bit, but I kind of like the way the roster is constructed. I think I should just try to maybe add somebody off the bench. That's where Devontae Graham's $12 million salary can come in. LaMelo killing it, might win MVP again for the Hornets. I like where they are at. Pistons as well with the 1-2 punch of Cade and Ivy in that backcourt. And then Houston, yeah, they're just absurd. All right, I'm going to make this trade with the Spurs. Devontae Graham, Bronny James, and a 2025 first for Bol and Kevin Huerter. There's picks from Atlanta. We're going to definitely upgrade the Spurs' bench there. So we have Wagner, Maxey, Johnson, Shohan, Bam with Huerter, Bol, Branham, and Bassie off the bench. I'm not going to re-sign Bassie with the Spurs. For the Hornets, we don't have anybody that's really eligible or can re-sign. Same with the Pistons and same with the Rockets. Man, the Rockets are killing it. They're going to end the season 66-16. Garland gets MVP, possibly over LaMelo Ball. Taylor Jenkins with the Rockets gets Coach of the Year. LaMelo Ball does make All-NBA first team, though. Probably had a better season this year than his MVP season. We got Cade Cunningham on All-NBA third team as well. LaMelo Ball on All-Defensive second team. DJ Wagner on All-Rookie first team. And Aaron Bradshaw on All-Rookie second team, as well as Wesley Yates. So we got Houston as the 1 seed, San Antonio as a 2 seed. Let's go. Unfortunately, Cleveland ruined it in the East, so it's impossible to get Charlotte and Detroit there in the conference finals. Jalen Green was the leading scorer for the Houston Rockets. Shout out to just kind of everybody on this team, honestly. I feel like they're going to win it all. The Spurs, man, I love the Maxey Bam duo. And then you got Keldon Johnson as like a sick number 3. Hornets led by LaMelo Ball and a solid supporting cast around him. And Detroit is really good as well. So let's see. Can we get 3 to the 4 teams in the conference finals? That would be sick. The Pistons are down 2-1. Hornets are tied 2-2. Rockets are down 2-1, and the Spurs are up 2-1. So let's see who gets out of the first round and who doesn't. The Hornets lose in 7. That's brutal. Damn. Rockets 1-7. Spurs 1-6. And the Pistons 1-6. So let's see what happens here. Who's going to the conference finals? The Spurs lose to the Blazers in 7. And the Rockets are going to advance to the finals for the second straight year. The Cavs swept the Pistons. So for the second straight year, they're just sweeping our teams. And they beat the Rockets again. All right, the Cavs are just saying, yeah, you guys are not building sick teams here. That's the team we have to take down, Cleveland, because they take the 1 seed, they sweep me from Charlotte or from Detroit, and they just beat the Rockets in the finals. Rockets at the 6th pick via Brooklyn. Hornets 16 via Dallas. So the draft is concluded. We got Clark Rice and Alvin Jackson with the Hornets. We got Vic Bowman, Rodney Goodwin, and George Keefe here with the Pistons. We got James Najee. We got Calvin Gardner. We got Clarence Hicks. A couple other guys for the Rockets, and for the Spurs, we ended up with Sid Grimes and a couple seconds that I will sign. We're picking up 3 to the 4 team options with the Spurs. John Collins opts out with the Hornets. Bobby Portis opts out as well with the Pistons. We're going to be bringing back mostly everybody here with the Rockets. A couple qualifying offers are getting issued as well. I'm probably going to let Kenyon Martin and Precious Achiuwa walk. I'd like to bring back John Collins with the Hornets unless we can allocate that money elsewhere. I mean, if I could sign, well, I guess probably Giannis. I should probably get him. He's an upgrade over Collins. If I can get Tatum as well, I mean, yeah, like I said, I might as well. Oh my God, Donovan Mitchell as well, if I could steal him from Cleveland. And I'm going to try to bring back Bobby Portis here with the Pistons. So Cade's going to take a deal from the Kings. We're going to match that. We're going to not renounce the rights on Dorte or Stewart. Why would I renounce it on Green and Şengün 2K? Are you kidding me? And we don't get anybody with the Hornets, unfortunately. Giannis goes to the Cavs. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And we don't even get Donovan Mitchell. Oh my God. Jalen Green's going to get a deal from the Knicks. Şengün from the Pacers. We're going to obviously match those. I think I'm going to try to get Desmond Bane here on the Hornets. Dorte gets a deal from the Lakers. We're going to match that because why not? So Giannis did make it back here. I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to sign Kevon Looney to be a backup. I have about $20 million with the Hornets though. All right, so let's snag Lonnie Walker and let's snag Trey Lyles. I'm hoping I could sign both. I have to choose. I'm going to bring in, let's see. I don't know, honestly. Well, I'd like to bring back Nick Richards, and I'd like to bring back Corey Kispert. Isaiah Stewart, I'm going to offer a deal to come back to Detroit. Offer Terrence Davis a deal to come to San Antonio. I think I can get Gary Trent back in Charlotte. Huge. A lot of green for the Spurs. Not as much maybe for the Hornets. All right for the Pistons, and a lot of green with the Rockets. So for the final year of this, let's see if we can get the 4 worst teams in real life in the conference finals. Here is going to be the lineup and rotation for the Rockets. For the Spurs as well, I feel like they could sneakily win the finals. Hornets, I love that backcourt. PJ Washington is going to start with John Collins out of here, and that Pistons lineup is actually really sick as well. So, yep, we're hoping we can get a Pistons Hornets conference finals and a Spurs Rockets Western Conference Finals. Darius Garland won MVP. I know the Boston Celtics were really good as well. I'm just hoping that the Pistons or Hornets, like if one's the 2 seed, one just ends up as the 4 seed. Look at Wiseman in Philly. Rockets went 66-16 again. Rockets are the 1 seed, Spurs are the 2 seed, Pistons are the 1 seed, and you know what? I'm fine with Charlotte being the 3 seed. The Knicks balled out in the second half. They have Donovan Mitchell now. Jalen Green was the leading scorer for the Rockets, Tyrese Maxey for the Spurs, LaMelo Ball for the Hornets, and Cade Cunningham for the Pistons. So the Pistons got the Magic, Rockets have the Jazz, Spurs have the Kings, and we know that the Hornets have the Hawks. Let's see who can advance to round 2. Charlotte, I'm a little bit worried about. They get past. So does everybody. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Detroit beat Orlando in 7. They advance. Rockets 1-6, Spurs 1-5. So we have 2 versus 6, 1 versus 4. Got Cleveland over there, and 2 versus 3 there. Come on, let's see if we can get both these teams, or excuse me, all 4 in the conference finals. Cleveland's up 1. Oh, I hate that. It's 1-1. Charlotte's up 2-1. Both teams in the West are up 2-0. The Hornets are up 3-1. Let's go. Oh my God, Cleveland was up 2-1. Now it's 2-2. Let's see what happens here. Oh my God, the Knicks and the Thunder are forced to game 7. Oh no, don't mess this up, please. Please. Let's go. Okay, the Spurs 1-7 against OKC by 10 points. Shout out Maxey with 33. Pistons 1-6. That's what I'm talking about. But now we have Charlotte versus New York. If Charlotte wins this, I complete the challenge. It's in the Garden. Is Donovan Mitchell going to ruin every season for me? It's looking like that's going to be the case. Come on, Charlotte, please come back. You're down. Oh, you were down by just a little bit. Now you're down by 10. No, I hate you, Donovan Mitchell. I hate you so much. You ruined the video, man. Oh my God, we do get Detroit and Houston in the finals. Does Houston lose 3 in a row? Does they even blow a 3-1 lead? What was this playoffs? And Cade Cunningham was your finals MVP. Donovan Mitchell, man, just owned me on Cleveland. He owned me in New York, and Detroit is the first team to win it all, and Houston goes 0-3 in the finals in this video. That is crazy. So if you guys did enjoy it, drop a like. If you did, let me know what you thought down below. All my social links are in the description. My newsletter, my NBA channel, my Madden channel, my TikTok, my Twitter. Go follow me down there. Thank you all for watching now. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.